Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Wisely podcast. My name is Pani, and in today's episode, we will discussing how a college student work together in a group based on her experiences. And this topic is important because collaboration is something that we face every day at school, university, and even at the workplace as well. And welcome to our guest speaker, is Sapon. Could you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hello everyone, my name is Sapon and currently I am a year 3 student at IFL majoring in English.
And today she will sharing her experience, opinion, and challenges through this discussion. And now let me move on to our first question. How do you usually feel before doing group work?
For me, I would say it depends on the member of the group that I will join. Um, if the member of the group are someone who I feel close to, normally I don't feel anxious or nervous. But when it comes to someone who I'm not familiar with, I always feel anxiety and nervous because I don't know how active or cooperative the group member will be.
That's very understandable. I think many students feel the same way, especially when they do not know their group member well. Move on to the next question. I think this is something many students debate about. Do you prefer group work or individual work, and why?
For me, I prefer individual work to group work because I think I can focus better when I do something alone. Moreover, I don't need to feel bad or feel guilty when something goes wrong with the work or I end up making mistake in the task. I mean, it is better to blame myself rather than having other blame me for my own mistake that I have made.
That is very honest answer. I really understand like you prefer individual work, and I think fear of being judgment by other is the one reason why many students feel more comfortable being like working alone. And about the positive side of the group work, in your opinion, how can group work positively affect us your mood?
For me, I think group work can improve my mood by making me feel supported, and it happens when all of the group members cooperate well with each other, because it would have to reduce the stress and also create a sense of belonging. More importantly, it also have to make the work seems to be less harder.
I really agree with that. When group members support each other, it creates a sense of belonging, and that emotional support can really reduce stress and like learning more enjoyable. And however, group work is not always positive. From your experience, in what situation can group work cause stress and frustration?
Based on my experience so far, I can say that it is really frustrating when we ask the one who always message to the group and to alert them about the deadline, and they just ignore our message, or sometimes they just react with a heart emoji. Moreover, group work can be more stressful when a member of the group don't think of it as a real group effort. For example, after dividing part, they just focus on their own part, and when a part of the work didn't go well, instead of working together to find the solution, they started to complain each other for the mistake they have made. For me, I'm really afraid of joining a group which full of that kind of that member.
I say I also faced with that kind of group members. But honestly, it sounds very stressful. Being ignored or dealing with uncooperative member can really damage our group motivations. And do you think the size of group affect how you feel during the group work?
For me, yes, it affects. I think smaller group can feel more comfortable because everyone can have a chance
I
to
see.
participate in the group. But for larger group, it might feel more disorganized. And moreover, I think that when there are many opinions, it can lead to argument or disagreement because it is hard to find a consensus. opinion?
Yes, I completely agree. Smaller group usually feel more organized and like fair, while the larger group they have, I can say that it have a lot of idea and kind of can lead to the compete with each other as well. And yeah, here's another interesting question: Have you ever taken a role in your group work that you would not normally choose?
Absolutely yes for me. There are several times that I accepted or took a role that I didn't want to. When I work in a group where the leader assigned tasks for their group member, I normally accepted it quietly without saying anything, even though I don't understand that part well. I think it is better to do more research related to that part and try my best to do it instead of rejecting it abruptly. Moreover, during the process of completing the work, if there is something that I'm still not sure with, I think I can ask my leader or other group member for their advice, and I am always happy to adjust anything related based on their feedback. By doing this, I believe that it would help me to experience something that I have never done before, and also allowed me to improve and also strengthen my ability as well.
I really admire your mindset. Accepting unfamiliar role and learning from like them is actually very important here. And not only in school, but also like you can apply it in real life or your workplace as well. Before we wrap up, one last question: What advice would you give to students who struggle with the group work?
For me, based on my experience so far, I would advise them to communicate clearly and set role earlier after receiving their assignment, so that they will have enough time to work on their own part and make sure it is a nice one. Moreover, working as a group, every member of the group should take responsibility when the mistake exists. And instead of blaming each other for what happened, they should work well to find the solution.
That excellent advices. Clear communication and share responsibility and also problem solving together are essential not only for the group work, but it's also like you can apply your in your real life or your workplace as well. These experiences remind us that collaboration like play an important role both in learning and also in your real life. That brings us to the end of our discussion. So thank you for your listening to our podcast today. So thank you, Sapon,
Yes.
and thank you for your listening to our podcast today. So goodbye.
Bye.